Yes! 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row. The Orlando Magic defeat the Indiana Pacers 94-90. Got a little frisky at the end, but the Magic have enough to finish it out. Led, Jay, by that man, Franz Wagner, who has been a cookin'. Franz ends with 29, 3 boards, 6 assists on 9 of 24 from the field, 3 of 8 from beyond the arc. The only other guy in double digits was Goga. I think he had 10 or 12, and he had a double-double. He got over 10 boards too. So if you had the double-double for Goga, you had your winnings in your pocket. Jay, what stood out for you? I mean, we always play the Pacers tight, man. I feel like it's never clear. They match up with us pretty well, so I'm always a little anxious about it, but we come out with the victory.
Yeah, I would have to agree as well. First and foremost, like, it's daylight, man.
We're recording this the day after.
Yeah. No, it's all good, man. So, honestly, like, I agree with you. I get a little nervous as well. It's definitely one of my favorite kind of matchups, right? In the East Coast, kind of, because the guys match our energy. They're young, as you know, similar to us. So it helps, you know, with just kind of like entertainment aspect of it. Tyrese Haliburton talking smack, kind of make sure we get prepared for this kind of matchup always. I hope that we always stop him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, to that point, you've got to be concerned a little bit if you're a Pacers fan with what you're seeing from Tyrese Haliburton. He hasn't been all the way right, it doesn't appear, since I think he had a hamstring injury maybe 3/4 way through the season. I mean, you look at his numbers, he ended with 9 points, 11 assists. That's nice for the floor general, but 3 of 14 from the floor, 2 of 8 from beyond the arc in 40 minutes. That's not the production that you want from a guy that you gave a max contract to. So
insane.
Yeah, I'll be interested. If you're watching, Pacers fans, what's going on with Haliburton? How you feeling? Let us know in the comments. Sorry, Jay, it's all you.
No, you're good. The betting man inside of me is pissed, right? Because no matter what, you know, I thought he can get 10 points. And the fact that we held him down to 10 points, man, like under that, like the betting man inside of me is furious right now.
You didn't do that, did you, Jay?
Yes, I did.
Wah, wah. That's what you get.
But
that's what you get.
As I always say, no, man. As I always say, I've never been so happy to lose money, right?
That's true. That's true. So so, it's a win either way, I suppose.
Yeah. A point that I will make, you know, this is the Goga that I need every night, right? The last recap we did, we talked about how he kind of like just fell off a little bit. He didn't give us like, he had one really good game, and then like the last game kind of had a rough night, right? Which they're bound to have, right? But bro, I need this Goga every night, right? Like the point of having Goga in there is because he provides that rim protection, and that's what we need.
Yeah, I'm glad you bring up Goga. I want to get his stat line correct, so all you Georgians don't come for me. 12 points and 12 boards, a clean 12 and 12 night on 6 of 7, though. Just love that efficiency from the big man. We don't need our center to be getting lots of usage with the wings and the guards that we have on this team. He had a couple blocks, a steal. He was giving the Indiana Pacers bigs fits all night. Holds Miles Turner to 11 points on 2 of 5 from 3, 4 of 11 from the field. Miles Turner only with 2 boards. So, I mean, from a guy who loves big man shit, I'm not into what Miles Turner brings because he likes to step out and shoot the 3. But, yeah, another solid game from Goga. It was kind of like Franz Wagner, right? And then it was solid efforts from everyone. I watched this game in 2 sittings. I started with David Steele and Jeff Turner, and then when I finished it a little bit earlier, I was listening to the Pacers broadcast, and they were kind of complimenting the solidity of the depth. All the guys that came in gave good efforts. They gave something, especially Anthony Black. But Moritz Wagner gave something this night. Anthony Black gave something this night. Jet Howard gave a little something this night. He comes in, immediately hits 2 threes. He would have had 3 if it weren't for that stupid clock violation. What the bullshit is that, referees? Come on, Zebras. Get off your knees. You're blowing the game. You stole 3 points from my boy Jet. So you like to see him see the ball go down, but I think, Kenny, maybe his best game, maybe not. Maybe it was one of his better games because he has 10 points on 2 of 5 from 3. That's what we want to see. He was in Tyrese Haliburton's shorts all night. So the perimeter defense was really the factor. It seemed like we got to the Pacers in terms of the defense frustrating them and taking them out of the game. They had a lot of really dumb turnovers, especially in the third and fourth quarter.
One of the things that you brought up that I had in one of my points, I didn't think would see the light of day, but we're going to bring it up because I heard you mention something that we can segue into it, is the fact that for other NBA fan bases, I want to know, if you're watching this, I want to know if you guys ever feel like your team is like mistreated by the refs, right? Like no biasness, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously I could, somebody can come and say that I'm biased because I'm a Magic fan and when the calls, no. Let's get that out of the way, right? We always get attacked by the refs, man. Like it doesn't matter like the games. Like we get so many calls missed. I feel bad for Anthony Black. Anthony Black is one that's constantly getting hacked, bro.
Yeah.
And like gets no calls.
He'll get there. I think. You gotta put your time in this league, especially with the referees.
If you get
some of these calls,
you get hacked, bro.
Yeah.
That's a BS mindset.
You're not. Like you're not wrong. I'm just telling you how it is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
yeah. I'm just like, dude. I want to know. Do you guys feel the same way, or is it just like us Magic fans are just constantly bitching about the refs? Like I want to know.
I think a lot of people and Pacers fans, if you're watching right now, I think a lot of other teams' fans feel that way when they play the Magic because the team plays such a physical brand of basketball, and they really force the issue. I mean, if the refs don't blow the whistle, they're going at you. So I think a lot of times opposing teams probably feel like they're not getting enough whistles. But hey,
got it.
We're playing tough. We're not fouling. Both teams were in the bonus there at the end. Yeah. We took advantage of it. We pulled away in the fourth quarter, and that's winning time. We win that fourth quarter 26-18. That's the difference in the game because the Pacers were winning, I believe, by 2 going into the fourth. That third quarter was even 27-27. So really the fourth quarter in that winning time is where it mattered. And as you said at the top of the broadcast here, both teams are young, so it's kind of a nice measuring stick with the Pacers. And the Pacers even went more all in with the Pascal Siakam trade. They hope to kind of leapfrog over us with that big move, but it doesn't seem that it really has had the impact that it did. And now with Tyrese not producing in that way, maybe it's setting them back. So they have more experience, arguably, with some of their big players, but we showed up and had the cooler, calmer demeanor going through that fourth quarter. So that was nice.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I'm not going to be a hypocrite, right? So I will still comment on this. Just because they were helpful tonight does not mean that I want consistently to see J.I. and Moritz Wagner shooting threes, right? I need them bodies down in the paint. Shout out to J.I. He was tremendous tonight, but there's no reason for me to run the play and just be like, yeah, we're going to give the ball to J.I. so that he can just shoot threes. Like, bring Jet out if that's what you want to do. Bring Jet out.
True. I saw that too. I thought this was a great J.I. game. Didn't try to do too much. He went 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. So when they're falling, you're like, oh, I love that. But when they're not, it's despicable. 3 of 5 from the floor. Didn't try to do too much, but the big stat line is those 11 boards, including the last rebound of the game, which was the biggest of the game because it could have been a putback for the Pacers. There was about 3 seconds, 2.5 seconds on the clock when he secures that rebound, and that's the game. So I just love what he was bringing. 3 blocks. That's the type of big man shit we're after. I think that's what you're talking about, Jay. We want to see J.I. down in the paint, being himself as that defensive stopper. And
Minister of Defense.
Exactly. So look, I was hard on Franz. I need to have a little come to Jesus moment here.
Mm.
I was hard on Franz when
Let's go.
he was sick. But you know what?
I hope
he's on the floor. And as a fan, if he's on the floor, I expect production. And the same thing with J.I. You know, if he's on the floor, I'm expecting production. We don't know everything happening behind the scenes. They're not sending us the medical reports and what's going on. But hey, we're going to call it like we see it. And he played like dog trash some of his last outings. But this one, this is what we expect. And so maybe the lesson here is he's dealing with, it was a hamstring, a little bit tenderness there. Maybe that's finally starting to feel all the way good. He's getting back into himself. His second leap looks a little bit better. So I'm still going to call it like it is, Jay. If you're playing like,
call it like it is. Come on.
If you're playing,
if you miss this point, I'm gonna bring it up.
I'll bring it up. No, go. No, I'm kind of done my tirade. It was just a mini tirade. That's all.
No, man. Listen, so in efforts to continue, you're calling it like it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna call it like it is.
Okay.
And Jalen Suggs.
Okay.
Why in the world are you going 2 for 15?
He's cold.
Stop forcing the damn shots, bro.
Yeah.
They're forced shots.
Yeah. Kind of another mediocre night from Jalen on the offensive side. Like you said, 2 of 15 from the field. Most of those were 3-point shots, which I do like. 2 of 11, though. It wasn't falling.
They were forced.
Yeah. Yeah, some of them were.
Enough to say that at least 7 of them were forced, right? Just random, like,
too deep.
Oh, I got the ball there. Like, yeah. Nah, bro.
Yeah.
You're not Ray Allen. You're not Steph Curry.
Yet. Let's have a growth mindset, Jay.
Yet. No. That's facts. Yet. So I don't want to roast the guy, but guess what? Just like you mentioned, calling it like you see it.
Yep.
Definitely we got a lot of love for him. He's the heart and soul of the team. Love his energy. When players are down, they kind of lean on him. Whatever you have it. We also got to call it out when we see some bad stuff.
No.
And last night was just not good.
That's fair. I think he'd say the same thing. I don't think he'd disagree with you. But the only thing that's awesome with J.I. on a night-to-night basis is he didn't have it working offensively, but the man has 2 steals, 2 blocks. Like, he's always going 120%. So, when he has a bad offensive game, I'm more likely to kind of overlook it because of what he's doing on the other side of the ball, trying to hold Tyrese Haliburton in check, which we did very well.
Oh, yeah. I think in the post-game interview, they mentioned that, like, literally their goal was to hold down their stars. Whether it was stars with the plural, both Siakam and Haliburton, not sure. Yeah. But they definitely did what they had to do against Haliburton. For me, to end on a good note, I saw one of the stats pop up. Franz is in company with Giannis, Sabonis, AD, and Mobley for the highest percentage in layups and dunks in the league.
That's great because his game around the rim with the left hand, with the right hand, the floater, kissing the glass, like that went away a little bit for a while last year, I felt like, and it's good to see that it's back. Let's talk about it then, man. Franz Wagner in the discussion for All-Star game. I mean, over the last – I'll go from the Oklahoma City Thunder game, discrediting some of those sick games, but considering those in the last – 5 games, our boy is scoring 27 points, 5.3 assists, 5.3 boards, shooting 47% from the floor. 3-point shot, still not really falling at the rate we might like. Over those 5 games is 29%. So
it's all right.
Yeah.
I honestly, it's nice when they fall. I honestly do not think it's part of his game, right? Like, it's good we get some shots. His game is those little Euro step, left hand layups and dunks and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
no, you're absolutely right. But I mean, if we're able to continue to hold off, and right now the Magic are in 3rd place in the Eastern Conference at 7-6, which when Paolo going down, I think a lot of people, including myself, wasn't really sure, especially after those games against Dallas, OKC, Chicago Bulls, those losses. I wasn't really sure what was going to happen. I thought this could go bad. But Franz Wagner has gotten healthy, steadying the ship, and the argument is legitimate. If we stay in the top 4 or 5, through January, and then we're there when the All-Star break comes around, you kind of got to have one guy from a top 3 team in the Eastern Conference, top 4 team in the Eastern Conference in the All-Star game. And if Paolo's just coming back from injury, even if he starts hot right off coming back from injury, it's really Franz that's been seeing us through this storm, and he should get some looks for an all-star bid. I mean, he's definitely playing like an all-star for us right now as we're getting these wins. I mean, I think it's realistic. What do you think, Jay? Should he be getting some talk for
yes,
all-star game?
Absolutely. We see some scrubs on there all the time, right? So, absolutely. Now, that being said, how's the NBA going to treat us? You know what I'm saying? They already took a televised game from us.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
let's
will
see. I don't want to
he
get
get
my
the
hopes
nods? It's gonna be tough. I mean, the Cavs are undefeated. They're playing like crazy. They're gonna get 2-3 guys on that team.
We took to Game 7 last year. Nothing changed for them except maybe some reps and some growth. So we're in there.
It'll be interesting. I hope Franz can get at least some pub for an all-star game and hopefully sneak in there. I do want to give a shout out. I don't know if you know this guy on Twitter, Wes Trueblood. He is a Pacers fan, but he's kind of woven himself into Magic Twitter a little bit because I see him come up a lot. And he's a fun guy to interact with. He gives shit, but he also admits when he was wrong, which I respect greatly. And he drove down from Indiana 14 hours. I saw he posted.
I saw he posted that.
14 hours, man. I have to get on there and troll him a little bit. But shout out to you, Wes. Much respect to you, man. What are you thinking, about this Pacers team? And I do have one more thing. I'm not driving, but I'm going to hopefully be flying down for Court Cousins Night, December 26th, to celebrate Jay's birthday and hopefully a Magic victory over the Miami Heat. You only have a couple weeks to get tickets, folks. I think it's like the 23rd, maybe even 10 days. If we don't sell the tickets, then we'll have to figure out what we're going to do about that. But hope to see you there. We got discounts on the tickets. We're going to give away tons of shit, go on the court, cut down the net after. It's going to be awesome. Johnny Furphy was someone that was talked about with the Orlando Magic during draft time. This kid, it was like a Make-A-Wish kid was out there or something, or like someone's like, I don't want to say, I don't know, I'm sorry if this is politically incorrect, people, but like someone's like, maybe mentally challenged friend was out there playing, and they're just like, anytime he made a shot, everyone was like, yay, Johnny, you did it. Oh my God. It was like a 5-year-old was out there. I mean, what is going on with that? Johnny Furphy. He looks like he's 12. We'll see what kind of prospect he develops into, because I think there was some Magic fans. He's a great shooter. I think he's out of Kansas, but I don't know how I'm feeling as a Pacers fan. You kind of push your chips all in with the Siakam thing, sign him to a big contract, and you're just in 5th place. I guess that's not bad. It's not bad in the East. They got plenty of time to get it together.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know if this helps Pacers fans, but I think Johnny Furphy is friends with Josh Giddey.
Oh, no. Hopefully they weren't banging the same 16-year-old chick.
I'm just kidding. I'm just talking smack, man.
Okay. Well, I just took us off the algorithm. All right. So let's look at what do we got coming up here. We got the second NBA Cup game. Make of that what you will. I can't really tell if the players actually care, if they're just being told by the NBA to care. There is a little extra money there for them at the end, but it seems, they're building it up. They're hyping it up. So we play the 76ers. Yeah, we're going for it. On Friday, Embiid has been back. What's that?
I said that's why we destroyed the Hornets, because I heard a couple of people mention it. Like we were basically knocked out due to a point differential. So You're gonna see like the boys give it their absolute all. And one thing we didn't mention, shout out to the guys. Like a big struggle that we've had has been these back-to-back games, and like this week has been just back-to-back on top of back-to-back. Like, they have today off, but then it's just back to it tomorrow, and then they got to go West Coast.
Yeah.
So,
we'll
see what happens.
I think we're in good shape. Embiid just came back, but he only played like 25 minutes in the last game. He scored 13 points. 3 rebounds. So they're definitely easing him back in. We're not going to get a full Joel Embiid. We'll probably see him for about 25 minutes. Maxi's injured, so I'm expecting our perimeter players, Jalen Suggs, Anthony Black, who was tremendous tonight. Didn't talk enough about him, but he had freaking 4 steals and 1 block. He was everywhere. I just love it. It's going to be tough to keep Anthony Black out of the starting lineup, but I like our odds against the 76ers to go 5 in a row. And then, like you said, we do go out west with some tough games. The Suns have been good this year. Clippers, meh. Lakers, meh. Then we got Pistons, Hornets, Bulls, back-to-back against the Nets and the Knicks. So this is a decent stretch right here. Hopefully not soon thereafter, or pretty soon thereafter, Paolo's going to get right, and we can see him sometime in December. But love the way the team is playing. That number 1 ranked defense, number 2 ranked defensive style is seeing us through as we wait for our superstar to come back. But any final words on this one, Jay?
Nah, man. Go Magic.
Let's go, baby.
Let's get it.
All right. Let us know how you're feeling about it, Second Cousins. Until next time, peace out. Peace out, Jay.